Hello everyone, Manthron here, and welcome to the weekly update video. Now this one's going to be a little bit longer, and I'm very happy to see you in here. First, we're going to start with RuneFest, save the date kind of type thing. It is going to be October 5th and 6th. So, if you want to go to RuneFest, try to book your dates for it, get some hand-in vacation for it if you're working, whatever you got to do. If you want to go to it, it's October 5th and 6th. And it's going to be at the Farnborough International Exhibition and Conference Centre in Farnborough. This is just outside of the London, UK. Without any further ado, let's get into it. It is safe cracking. So, I thought for sure this was not coming out this month. I thought it was going to be postponed. Because, well, this is the last day of the month, and I thought for sure there was going to be no release today. But I was definitely and massively wrong. So, the Thieving Guild is where this is going to be getting started. Now, I will be having a video out within the next day or two here, going over the actual update. But you will be able to go to certain locations, and you will be able to steal from treasuries. So you're talking Varrock Castle and a whole bunch of different plethora of different locations, and these are all going to be visible through your skill guide check, and I'll be going over that completely tomorrow, as well as if there is a certain location you guys want to see, I will make sure I can try to get to that location and try to go through it. And if there is certain locations you want to see, because I'm probably going to be going through all locations, whether it's in tomorrow's video, because I don't know how many there are, or within a short time, I will go through it. It just might be one or two videos, because I don't know how many different locations there are and what kind of maybe different mechanics there might be between from one to the other. But it is a new training method. You can only do it though after you complete buyers and sellers quests and the related capers, so you have to do all of those. I do have the guide out from a earlier time, so do keep that in mind that the guide is out, and if you want to look it up, it is on the channel. It has all of the capers on it. You will get thieving XP, you will get cash, and you will also get reward points. There is different gubbins, they say. There's like a consumable reward that protects you from being stunned, and there's an item that will allow you to instantly remove all suspicion from one elf clan. So you'll just need to have multiple if you want to remove it from all the elf clans. There's an addition of the Master Lockpick, which is a lockpick that never breaks. There is a Master Stethoscope, and when purchased with the reward points, these can be placed on your tool belt. So that's actually very good news. It is a simple, slightly AFK training method, which we will see here within the next day or two. And then they're describing it as the equivalent to Elder Trees for thieving. And there has been 49 saves all across Gielinor, and I believe this starts at about 67, 71 for the levels. They don't have it listed here, but if I remember correctly, that's what they had mentioned before. So there's 49 different safes across the game world. That is a lot of safes. Okay, and if you are a Gold Premier Club member, you can speak to the Guardian of the Vault to receive 500 Pilfer points, so you get a little bit of a head start on everybody else. I know some people won't be happy with that, but they did purchase a bigger package. Okay, so for Lootscape, this week you will also get the Nature's Balance Sword for the live streams, which are Tuesday, May 1st at 1600 UTC game time, May month ahead Q&A. These are guaranteed drops for the Lootscape item. And then Sunday, May 6th at 1800 UTC game time, PVM with Mod Lee. And now we will head right on over to the patch notes. Which the patch notes are as follows. There's some really good ones here. Okay, so graphical. Catching Hellrats barehanded no longer uses the animation for catching Implings. The female runecrafting guild wizard should now work as expected when performing her animation. Some pathing has been corrected north of the observatory. Added some blocking to a section of the Fowler Garden wall. Fixed an issue that caused the background frame layer of the ribbon to not be affected by the legacy recolor. Chat options specific to the RS3 interface will no longer appear whilst in legacy interface mode. The scroll bar in the collection log for bosses and clue scrolls once again functions as expected. The list of options from the community button on the ribbon have now been split into 2 rows. Various graphical issues have been fixed around Lumbridge Castle. The nature balance swords has been fixed to work with the Flaming Sword override. Quest challenges and achievements. The Constitution XP awarded by the Song of the Depths quest is now given in form of a lamp. Fixed a color of some text in the Rag and Bowman quest log. Fixed a grammatical error within Domintheus' dialogue at the start of Family Crest. Corrected a graphical text issue on the Deadliest Catch harpoon plans. A black rectangle will no longer appear in the center of the player's screens when entering certain areas during Wild Gothic Sleep's quest. Fix an issue in Hero's Welcome quest that meant the player was unable to progress even if they gave the correct answers about V. Skills D&D's and minigames. Hollow Trees will now give the correct amount of XP when successful while used in conjunction with borders. You will no longer unlock the title The Statuesque when handing in golden rocks after already completing the achievement. Your interfaces will no longer be closed in engineering when someone goes through a door. A typo in the tooltip when right-clicking toggle on Nihil's in the Slayer store rewards interface has been fixed. Fix an issue with share XP with fishing while dungeoneering. Amended life point restoration rates for Daemonheim filled potatoes. Other. There's a lot of stuff here. Logging in with a minimalized Slayer or Reaper counter will no longer crop text when counter is expanded again. Ring of Fortune should now correctly display that it helped you get an item rather than the Ring of Wealth in certain situations. Obtaining the Scepter of the Gods whilst wearing the Ring of Fortune or better will now display a luck message. Luck messaging for obtaining the Fairy Scepter will now display the correct amount of charges. Clan rank icons now appear next to the player's name in the clan settings. The clan settings interface is now an overlay. As a result, you can now kick/assign rank ups in your clan without worrying about your interface closing each time you do so. Resolved an issue with clan members' entries clipping through the bottom of the clan interface and clan settings interface. Fixed an issue that was closing information boxes on the tool belt. Corrected an issue where destroying certain lucky items asked if you want to drop them. The augmented strike bow special attack will now deal the correct amount of damage. The magic carpet golden will no longer appear on the follower pets tab if unowned. Activating the farming skill cape perk or a patch bomb on grapevines should now correctly inform the players how many produce they received. Corrected a typo when confirming that you wish to teleport with a modified farmer's hat. Renamed the Karazi Jungle to Karazi Jungle. Just an uppercase J. Players no longer can kill cave goblins under Lumbridge Castle through the wall with range. Dungeoneering token bags are now redeemed automatically when pickpocketing Melier workers. That's fantastic. Improved the legibility of the Melier potion recipe shop for potions with multiple effects. The I don't know button now appears correctly on the bank pin interface. The letters I and B no longer behave as keybinds when searching for an item to buy in the Grand Exchange. Fixed an issue where targeting a Vitalis NPC during Virago encounter that was not assigned to you could show the incorrect name of the NPC. A disconnection when selecting recipes you don't meet the requirements for has been resolved. Player's name is once again centered in the player examine interface. Fix the typo in the Profundus waterfall fishing agility shortcut. Cliff examine. Bladed dive can now be used when under the effects of the metamorphosis ability. Ninja fixes. This is a good one here. Teleporting with the Ectofile will no longer empty it. That's cool. A backdoor has been added to the kitchen of within Lumbridge Castle, similar to Old School. This door will be open permanently. A teleport to Releka Market has been added to the Fremennik Set Elite task. Reward for the Fremennik Sea Boot 4. Added a game time clock to the lobby. The Spin Flax spell no longer requires you to target an item in your inventory to cast. The world icon in the ability will now take you to the World Select tab in the lobby. NXT, fixed audio crashes that could occur when using USB headphones. Windows XP support has been removed from the NXT staller. Fix an issue whereby large NPCs' lower bodies would sometimes reset back to their original default idle states. Fix an issue whereby the game would show black textures under certain circumstances. Fix an issue that caused textures to not load properly for some players. A cache re-download may be required. So that is it for this week. I hope you guys enjoy this. I'm excited to try out safe cracking, and I'll get that to you soon. So thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, later guys.